All right, let's talk about morphine. It's a name we all know, but its story is just this incredible mix of profound relief and, well, profound risk. Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful and honestly paradoxical substances in all of medicine. So, where did its name even come from? Well, it tells you everything you need to know. Naming it after Morpheus, the Greek god of dreams, wasn't just some poetic flourish. Nope. It was a direct nod to its power to literally pull you away from reality, away from pain, into this deep, dreamlike state. So, what is it exactly? At its core, morphine is a natural substance. It's the main active ingredient pulled from the opium poppy. And it's so incredibly effective that it became the gold standard. I mean, it is the benchmark that all other powerful painkillers are measured against. Okay, let's dive into that promise. First, we're going to explore why morphine is truly considered one of medicine's greatest gifts. This is the savior side of the story. You know, morphine is an absolute cornerstone of modern medicine. We're talking about managing that searing, short-term pain you'd feel after a huge surgery or a heart attack. It's also absolutely critical for people suffering from chronic, just debilitating pain, especially people with cancer. For so many in palliative care, it's the only thing that makes life bearable. In fact, the World Health Organization calls it an essential medicine. Think about that. It's considered indispensable for a dignified, pain-free end of life. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating, how it actually works. See, it's not just masking pain. It's more like it's hijacking a system that's already built right into our own bodies. Okay, think of it like this. Your body produces its own painkillers, right? They're called endorphins. They're like these little keys your body uses to unlock specific receptors in your brain to turn the volume down on pain. While morphine is like a master key. It's shaped just right to fit into the very same locks, but man, it turns that lock with so much more force and for so much longer. It's not just relief, it's supercharged relief. And this right here, this is the source of its incredible power and its incredible danger. So step 1, it binds to those opioid receptors. Step 2, in doing that, it literally stops the chemicals that scream pain from reaching your brain. But it's step 3 that's the real game changer. It also triggers this massive flood of dopamine, the feel-good chemical, in your brain's reward centers. So the exact same mechanism that blocks agonizing pain also creates this intense feeling of euphoria. All right, so let's flip the coin. Let's look at the other edge of that sword and see how that powerful master key can get stuck in the lock. This is where the gift from Morpheus can turn into a trap. Okay, this is a really, really important distinction we have to make. Physical dependence and addiction are not the same thing, even though they're often linked. Physical dependence is, well, it's physiological. Your body just adapts to the drug and needs it to feel normal. If you stop, you get withdrawal. Simple as that. But addiction, that's a behavioral disease. That's the compulsive, obsessive need to get and use the drug, even when you know it's destroying your life. And even when it's used exactly as prescribed, morphine isn't exactly a smooth ride. It comes with a whole host of really common and often pretty awful side effects. We're talking nausea, severe constipation, which is almost a given, plus drowsiness, confusion, and this intense itching all over your body. But the most dangerous risk, the one that is truly terrifying, is overdose. In the medical world, it shows up with 3 classic signs, called the opioid overdose triad. First, you get tiny, pinpoint pupils. Second, the person becomes unconscious, totally unresponsive. And third, and this is the killer, respiratory depression. Their breathing becomes slow, shallow, or it just stops. That's what's fatal in almost every single opioid overdose. Yeah, that third sign, respiratory depression, is what makes an overdose so deadly. The part of your brain that handles automatic breathing just gets shut down. A person literally forgets to breathe. But thankfully, and this is a huge but, there is a direct, fast-acting antidote. It's called naloxone. It works like a hero kicking down the door. It knocks the morphine molecules right off those receptors, which rapidly reverses the breathing shutdown and can literally bring someone back from the brink of death. So let's zoom out a bit, because morphine's story isn't just a medical one, it's a social one. It's a story of incredible discovery, yes, but also profound relief and now a devastating crisis. I mean, look at this journey. The opium poppy's been used for thousands of years, but it was around 1804 that morphine itself was finally isolated.
Then, boom, the hypodermic syringe is invented in the 1850s. This allows for direct injection, which led to the very first major wave of addiction after the American Civil War. They even called it soldier's disease. And that path leads directly to today, where the misuse of prescription opioids has fueled a public health catastrophe. Just to put that into perspective, in the US alone, opioid overdoses have killed over 500,000 people since 1999. It's just a staggering number.
And that really just says it all, doesn't it? It's one of medicine's most vital tools, a genuine gift that eases unimaginable suffering. But at the exact same time, because of how it rewires our brain's reward system, it's a substance of immense danger, one that's at the very center of a crisis that's cost hundreds of thousands of lives. And that leaves us with the million-dollar question, the one that doctors, patients, and all of us as a society are still wrestling with every single day. There are no easy answers here. But understanding the powerful, dual nature of this stuff and the staggering human cost of getting that balance wrong, well, that's got to be the first step.